Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Are we ready?
Yes.
Well, greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the media. We have concluded today's hearing in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, and the crowning glory of it was that he put up a very good defense of himself, even though he was concentrating on the objections raised to the jurisdiction of the court. On that note, the court adjourned for further hearing to 7th of November, when the court expects that he will enter his full defense. Well, having said that, I know a lot of people have raised questions and eyebrows about the propriety of Nnamdi Kanu representing himself. It is his decision to make. He has the right under the Constitution to defend himself, and this case being politically charged, I think the idea or the notion that this is a normal criminal case has to be dispensed with. This is a normal criminal case at all. If you want to understand the complexity of this case and the true political dimensions to which you think of the case of Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, or Bafemi Awolowo, Mahatma Gandhi, these cases were all politically tinged cases masquerading as criminal prosecutions. And these great men I mentioned, at some point in their struggle, at some point in their travail imposed on them by the state, they took the podium and defended themselves. So a politically charged case often comes with some unusual dimensions like this. So because, why? The reason is simple. Lawyers are restricted to very narrow wiggle room when they are doing a case. And that narrow wiggle room can be inimical, can be prejudicial to the interests of the client when the case has a political dimension to it. That thing needs to be out there. That limitation we have is not expected of the defendant himself. So a lot of times, the defendant himself will make the best defense of his case at that very point in time. That does not obviate the fact that the presence of a lawyer in a case is always better. But in certain circumstances, there are exceptions, and the exception is, this one is one of the major exceptions. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
We have finished the court today. And today, my opinion, Carlos still maintains that there are some thresholds that needed, that the court needed to clarify to enable him to enter defense. Because he's talking about entering defense. You're asking to enter defense. Entering defense of what? What is it entering defense? Defense of what? So that is the key. Because the defense, he said that you should enter. There must be a law. There must be a charge. Since there is no law, there is no charge. What defense is he going to enter? But the law, my law says procedurally that he is going to, it's not as if that Nnamdi Kanu doesn't have a case, that you want to hear it at the end of the trial, so that you like Nnamdi Kanu to enter defense and explain some certain things. So we are going to go back as consultants to him, to look at it, to reveal it, and also offer the advice. The matter has been adjourned to Friday, 7th of November for continuation. Thank you very much. My love asks us. All these things, just one thing.
Oh yeah. So, let's go.
All right,
Let's
okay,
go.
my Lord has adjourned the matter to 7th of July, 7th of November, for now to open his defense or to close his right of defense. So We are going back to the drawing board, go back to office, look at it, and offer our advice as consultants. But having said that, the issue of talking to the press also came up, and we said no. The right to address the press is a fundamental right, because once we fail to address the press and tell the press the real position of things, they will go about to report, especially those of them who don't have the opportunity of coming inside the court. They may go and report another thing. So the court say that we have the right to exercise to address the press, which even the constitution has confirmed. But they said that we should do it in line with the law, just like that I'm doing it now. I just reported what happened in court, not criticizing what is happening, what is going on. Just like every other person, we are calling Mr. President to discontinue this trial. It's embarrassing again. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
How about this trial? Wait till they happen.
No, we don't settle now.
I hope you are getting Hey, what is that? Hey, there, sir.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
How far with you?
Thank you very much.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Forget about that guy. Do you know what the guy was asking me how much you guys is? Okay, I thought that you guys would
Is he not your friend? Chinedu.
This is now, I continue to one of that's my source.
My people watching right now, please like this video and subscribe so you can always get the latest updates, because what is happening in Nigeria today is very important and we must pay attention. The court case of Nnamdi Kanu has taken another turn, and many Nigerians are reacting seriously to this update. The Federal High Court in Abuja has adjourned Nnamdi Kanu's case again, and now all eyes are on the next hearing date, which has been fixed for November 7th. Now, let's talk about what really happened in court, because this one is not just another postponement, it's a serious point in the case. The court told Nnamdi Kanu clearly that he must open his defense or risk losing his right to defend himself in the ongoing trial. The case is getting to a very critical point, and the judge is no longer allowing any delay. Please, if you are following this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because this update is deep and we will keep breaking it down for you. So, the prosecution already closed their case. They have presented all their evidence, they have brought their witnesses, and they say it's now time for Nnamdi Kanu to respond. But Kanu's legal team is saying something else. They are arguing that the charges against him are not valid under Nigerian law, that the law used to charge him doesn't exist anymore. That's why Kanu said he will not open any defense, because according to him, there is no legal case to answer. My people, this is where the whole matter becomes interesting. Please like this video and subscribe, because you need to understand what is at stake here. Now,
the judge gave him one last chance until November 7th to either start his defense or lose that right completely. If he refuses again, the court will move forward without hearing from him. That means judgment may be delivered based only on the evidence the government already presented. This is serious because it could lead to a very strong outcome. If Kanu loses that chance, it will be very difficult to appeal or reopen it easily. So November 7 is a very big day in this case. Let's remember that Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, known as IPOB. The group has been banned by the Nigerian government for a long time, and the charges against Kanu are related to terrorism and activities linked to the group. This case has been running for years now, with so many court appearances, bail issues, and strong reactions from people across the country and even outside Nigeria. Many people see this as more than a legal case. They see it as a political and human rights issue. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because we are breaking this story for you in a way you can understand every part of it. Now, what is making this matter even more tense is that some human rights activists and political voices are saying the government is being too hard on Kanu. They believe the man should be released or at least given fair hearing because, according to them, justice delayed is justice denied. But others believe that what Kanu did in the past with his broadcasts and IPOB activities was too dangerous and that the court must do its job without emotion. So the country is divided again, some supporting him, some not. Let's not forget that this case started many years ago. Kanu was first arrested in 2015, later granted bail, but he left the country after his home was reportedly attacked. Then, in 2021, he was brought back to Nigeria to continue the case. Since then, it's been one court sitting after another. So many lawyers have joined or left the legal team. Different arguments, motions, and delays have come up again and again. That's why people are now waiting for the final decision. Please, my people, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you can follow this story all the way to the end, because this case might decide many things in Nigeria's future. Now, let's talk about what could happen next. If Kanu decides to open his defense on November 7th, the trial will continue. His lawyers may bring their own witnesses.
They will argue their points and try to convince the court that the charges have no merit. That could take more weeks or even months. But if he refuses, the judge may go ahead and deliver judgment based on the prosecution's case. That could mean conviction or acquittal, depending on what the judge finds. So whatever happens, this November 7th date is a key turning point. A lot of people are watching to see if this will also affect politics, especially in the southeast region, because Kanu's influence among some people in that region is still very strong. His case often sparks reactions and protests. Many people believe that the government needs to handle this issue carefully because anything that looks unfair can create more tension in the country. Others are saying the law must take its full course and that nobody is above it. Please.
My people, if you are still watching, don't forget to like this video and subscribe right now. Your support helps us bring you more of these real-time stories. Now, one interesting part of this case is how the court keeps balancing between rights and security. The judge made it clear that Kanu has every right to defend himself, but he must do it the proper way. The court can't just wait forever because justice must move forward. That's why the deadline was given. It's not just about politics, it's about following due process. And that's the beauty of democracy. Everyone has a chance to speak, but the law has the final say. As we wait for the next court sitting, some groups are already calling for peace and calm. They're advising supporters of Kanu not to react violently, but to let the court process finish. Many Nigerians just want peace and progress. They want this long case to end, so attention can go back to other national issues like economy, education, and development. So as this matter continues, all we can do is follow it step by step. The key date is November 7th. If Kanu opens his defense, the story continues. If not, the court may rule soon after. Either way, it will shape how Nigerians and even the world see justice in our country. Please, if you've not liked this video yet, do it now and also subscribe, because we will bring you the next update immediately after the November 7 hearing. My people, the story of Nnamdi Kanu is a reminder that when it comes to justice and law, patience and truth are very important. The court has its rules and the people have their voices. The government has its duty too.
And everyone is watching how each side will act. The hope is that whatever the final decision is, it will bring peace and fairness, not more division. So as we end today's gist, I want you to tell me what you think in the comment section. Should Kanu open his defense or continue to stand on his position that the case has no legal base? Do you think the court will deliver fair judgment? Share your thoughts below. And please, before you leave, like this video and subscribe to the channel, because we will be following this story closely and bringing you all the updates in simple, clear English that everyone can understand.